Hey, I'm Doug. This is going to be another run of Nova Drift, run number 2. This time I'm going with a construct-centric build that I'm going to call the Idle Engineer. Hopefully it'll let me show off more of the constructs that I didn't really get a chance to show off in my last run. And hopefully I'm audible this time. I've remixed the audio levels a bit, so hopefully I'll be audible. This time I'm going to be running Danger Zone, which will make the waves advance faster, and enemy territory to skip 12 waves. I was originally going to do these one by one, but I just like having enemy territory on so we can get into the meat of it. So let's jump in. Oh, right off the bat with these guys. Just a heads up, these are like some of the scariest enemies well into the game because they can do stupid damage. I think I'm going to start with something simple that I don't got to think about. Salvo has homing, it has explosives, and it has decent direct damage. I can surmise this a lot faster just by showing you how it works. Ceasefire to stockpile missiles. As you excuse me. As you can see, every second I don't fire, I get more missiles. But I can't stock them at the same rate forever because it starts to slow down as you accumulate. Again with these guys? Oh, that guy can instant kill me. Jesus. And I guess that's what I get. Good thing he doesn't have that much health. Those guys with the orbiters are like super free XP. You can also get a whole level off of them early on. What was I saying? Yeah, the longer you don't fire, the slower your missiles accumulate, so it pays to just dump them when you can. But if you don't have a reason to, hang on to them. As you can see, they aren't super accurate. So it's not free wins every time you click the button, but I think you can improve that with guidance and targeting, although you don't really need to take those either. With enough damage, you still get good value out of it. I should probably be upgrading now. Okay. I want to take a shield I'm not going to have to think about too much. I could take Bastion, but Bastion's a little tricky. Because all it does is protect the front of you. So it'll definitely have to be a hybrid build if I take that, and that's going to be even more dispersed upgrading. It could be worth it, though. I'll take Bastion. What the hey. So if you're going for a deep construct build, there's one ship you want to look for, and that is Engineer. You're going to get +2 limit to your standard constructs when you normally have like 4, +1 limit to advanced constructs when you're only going to have 1, so you're basically doubling that. And a little extra construct speed, not a big deal. -10 maximum shield's also not a big deal. So let's jump into it. And I could go for mines right off the bat, but I think I want to upgrade my primary because it's going to be relevant through my whole run. So let me get rate of fire. Ouch. 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 Shield cooldown. Drones. I really want some regen, considering the hits I just took. But fuck it, let me get drones. Boss fight, this guy's a pushover. Circle strafe him, he can't hit you. Bang. Lost my shield. I could be in trouble. Reinforced regeneration. You know what? I've got full health right now. I don't think I gotta freak out too much. I'm gonna take rocket drones. I think that upgrade's pretty self-explanatory. By the end of this build, we're gonna be having rockets and missiles all over the place. So something you want to know about constructs, and I'll get into that in a second. Let me take magnitude. This is just all good stuff. Helps me get thicker primaries. something you want to know about constructs. They're not for every build, at least definitely not early game. Because you generally need quite a few upgrades to really get value out of them. Otherwise, they can be pretty ineffective toward mid and even late game. But once you get your fundamental build going, you don't really got other points to put into. Yeah, then you can grab some constructs and enrich your build a bit. But if you're going for a build that specializes in constructs, then you're money. If you do want to take some constructs early, though, mines and turret is a good way to go, because you only need 1 or 2 upgrades to really get them off the ground and make them deadly. I believe by default, mines are set to manual deployment, but I got them on auto deploy, just so I don't have to think about them. Minefield increases your mine rate, but this one isn't necessary. The one you really want is loaded mines. But I'm going to get this one just because it's here. Missed all my shots. Man, rocket drones really put in some work. I was wrong. You only get like 2 basic you only get 2 drones. I'd only have 2 drones right now if I wasn't running the engineer. Is that my dog? I'm sure it's fine. Advanced engineering. This is where we get into the fancy stuff, because this unlocks the assault defense versions of these drones. Okay, reinforced drones. The drones are basically going to be like my second shield. So, getting extra hull on them is a good idea. Also, as you can see, they can rip into basic enemies pretty good. This is already some good damage, but you've yet to really see the pain. Big money is going to be allies, but I've been putting it off until now. Should I get it now? Let me get turret. Turret is really good in the damage department if you save up. Let me get a little sneaky here. I'm hesitant to stay in here. I've yet to get familiar with my space, and those energy balls are really dangerous. Let me front it. Spit some missiles in there. Hit the back wall. Did I pick up efficiency? I don't think I did. Efficiency is always a good pick, especially on weapons where you won't have too much sustained fire. Alright. Oh. Okay. So the upgrades that make mines and turrets worth it are loaded mines and war machine, respectively. Both of these turn these particular constructs into beasts right away. For now, I think I'd get loaded mines if I wasn't doing an engineer build, but with war machine, combined with the fact I can have 2 advanced constructs, I can always have a turret up. And just leave the other one for when that one goes down. Because turrets have a decaying life bar, so you can't keep them up forever. But with 2 turrets, you can just keep alternating between them. Something I probably should have covered, the reason War Machine's so good is because it scales with level. The fire rate of the turret, the amount of missiles it shoots, they both scale with level, and considerably. So by the time I hit wave 100, that thing's going to be horrendous. Do I want to go full assault, or do I want defense? I think I want defense, because I'm running with, I forgot the name of my shield. Bastion. Or I could get payload and further increase. I think if I get volley, it increases the number of missiles I get per tick. All of these are actually really good. Getting into Candescence could get me into Corrosion, which would also be really good for my build. Any one of these would be really good for me. But I think... let me take defense drones. Counter pulse. Anytime something hits these drones now, it releases a damaging pulse, so I can just kind of... well, I didn't get a good example there. I'm pretty sure I can just run right into enemies and get damage off of it. Let's block one out. Okay, elegant construction, construct assembly speed per level. This is another good scaling one. That's going to get me to Overseer, which is, I think, the place I ultimately want to reach with this build. I'm going to lose my ability to fire my primary weapon when I get it, but as you can see, that's not going to be a big deal as I progress. Retribution sucks. When you take a hull hit, at least 15% of your maximal hull, you automatically drop a mine. Retribution has 5-second cool. Like, what does this do for you, really? It's just a lazy... it's the tier 3 upgrade, and it's just lazy. Priority 0. And then I'm going to get into allies. Might grab loaded mines if I see it. Ouch. Ouch. I thought I could slip through, but I'm too slow. And I was punished for my hubris. Just like I'm about to be really punished right now. Oh, this is all bad. This is all lasers, and they all do damage. Throw down one of these guys. I don't really need it right now, but why not? Nope, that's loaded mines. Shielded constructs. I don't think I want shielded constructs with Bastion. It doesn't really pay for me. Loaded mines. Now all my mines shoot my missiles, and that's pretty rad. I think I'll try and get corrosion before wave 6. No, nope, it's already wave 60. Shit. He's gonna die. Let me drop down another turret. See if I can juke him. Don't shoot my turrets, please. Can't be helped. And they die. Now, normally you want to get out in there, but with my build, I think I can afford to just keep my distance. It might be a smart move, given that I don't have a lot of regen on this build yet. Can I bend it? Oh yeah, I can bend it. I should have gotten better blast radius. I could be shooting right in there. He's done. Okay. ally time. So starting out, the ally is kind of bad. You'll want evasion. Evasion increases the ally's survivability, and when things get hectic, they kind of just take hits. Are they immune to comets? I swear he just ran right through that comet and didn't even take damage. That kills most mini-bosses. Anyway, I think it's time to grab regen. Yeah, I think it's time to grab regen. I wonder how burst fire affects this, because I'm not really... It's kind of all burst. He's gonna shoot. He's gonna curve at me. These guys are surprisingly difficult to circle strafe around. The bigger versions are even more difficult because you gotta specifically strafe, like, I think it's counterclockwise, or you're gonna get hit by the balls constantly. That takes care of that. Flotilla, +1 drone limit. Decent, but I think I want to take efficiency so I can get into Gemini Protocol. And then, even though Bastion only protects the front of me, it'll also technically be absorbing some damage even when it hits the sides. And that's going to be some nice insurance. Invincible shield. Invincible shield. Ooh. Cooperation. Oh, round 2. Let's do it. I think that ball doesn't do anything unless it gets shot. Oh man, I love how in sync they are. There isn't another enemy in the game that does that kind of thing. Who's got the invincible shield? He's got the invincible shield. Damage resistance, shield durability. I'm not too worried about shield durability right now. Let's get this so I can get corrosion. Throw down the turret because I can. Wait a minute. Do defense drones not shoot missiles anymore? Oh no, they still shoot missiles. I'm just imagining things. Oh, wave 80. Yes, corrosion. Corrosion right before the wave 80 boss. Perfect. This is going to be great. I'm going to do some work on this guy. Alright, get behind him before he starts shooting lasers. Dodge his mines. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm doing too much yet, but I'm damaging all of his parts. So he's going to be in pieces in just a few minutes here. Excuse me. Oh, I don't like that move. Slip through here with taking only minor damage. Then hit this guy. Okay. Got a couple rerolls. I haven't really needed too many so far. Okay, let's do it. The mines can really rip into you, but if you're smart, you can usually pace it out. Of course, most of my attacks are automatic at this point, so not so much. So I need to really work on my defense, but I also want to get the ally upgrades I've been looking for. because that's when I get to really start getting nasty. Oh, these guys again. You'll love to see it. Ally upgrades. Nanotech reconstruction. Ally regenerates 2% of its maximum health per second. Not bad, but not what I'm looking for. Gemini Protocol, it is what I'm looking for, but not what I want right now. There you are. Evolution. This is going to let him scale with my level 2, but more importantly, it's going to get me Interceptor. Defensive options for your drones and Ally are perfectly reasonable options, but Interceptor is just so stinking fun, and it can do so much work for you. Especially if you're willing to invest all the way into it and get overpowered. I really hope I get it before Wave 100. I've been playing pretty risky because my defensive upgrades have been pretty minimal so far. The drones have basically been doing most of the work for me, carrying the brunt of my damage absorption. I should get Flotilla so I have more coverage, but it's probably not imperative right now. The name of the game is damage, but you can't ignore defense completely. Ultimately, you're only so fast. I wonder what this radius is. I don't think it deals damage or anything. It doesn't seem to apply to what enemies it provides shields with. I'm gonna take comet damage. It wasn't too bad. Interceptor. Your ally is transformed into Interceptor. Fires your weapon in addition to its own at a slower rate of fire. Yeah, movement speed projectile, but this is the big one. This is the big one. This is why you get it. Now, admittedly, Salvo isn't the best option for Interceptor because it tends to have a pretty slow rate of fire, but it's still pretty good. It makes up for it in damage, especially against bosses. And I got it just in time for the big guy. This guy can be pretty intimidating because he's got some good adds. Railgun can deal a lot of damage. His charge can deal a lot of damage, but as long as you know what to look for and what its patterns are, he's not too bad. He's not even that fast. But then again, neither are you. It's all just something you got to keep in mind. You can definitely absorb a couple railgun shots. What am I doing? Get my war machines out here. Now I can really do some work. Where's it going to come from? Direct hit. My damage is pretty subpar. It took me 2 cycles to finish him off. I don't think I want conversion. Do I want regenerative shields? I don't think so. Blast radius? Doesn't really improve my direct damage. I'm gonna say no. Wingman is an option, but I feel like that kind of undercuts you. It's basically like a second Bastion, except you lose 25% hull and rate of fire, and it just doesn't feel worth it. Taking hull strength would be a good option. Self-destruction? Yeah, self-destruction. I like that. Could take Purge and Burn Tree, but I think that'd be a net loss to my damage. He always goes for the shot. I love that. Oh, did the trail deal damage to me? I didn't think it could do that. Interesting. Give me that upgrade. Give me that upgrade. Yeah. Flotilla now? Shield durability. I don't think so. Let me get Flotilla. Now I get 6. Now I get 6. Let me drop the turret because they're pretty crazy now. I didn't even press any buttons for that, which means it's probably, like, my DPS still isn't great, but I think it's getting close to the time when I want to invest in Overseer. If I can reach Overseer in this build, that will be my satisfactory condition for this run. All runs are endless, so they have to end eventually. So it's a good idea to try and get an idea of what kind of condition you want to set for yourself. Usually reaching wave like 200 or 300. Outmaneuver, that's the one we want to go with. That's basically evasion on crack. How do I want to dodge this? I think I can probably sideswipe it. Didn't steal any bosses from me. That's good. The thing with black holes, they're annoying, because they kind of just, most of the time, they just stop the game in its tracks and steal your XP. Ouch, I took a lot of damage there. I think I'm gonna hunt for... I can get Overseer right now. The basic and standard non-weapon construct limits are doubled. +1 limit to advanced constructs. X is equal to 2 times your combined standard and advanced construct limits. So that's going to be -X total thrust. So I might want to hunt down a couple things before I get Overseer. The first being Overpower, because that's going to increase the damage output of my guys. And the second one is going to be... What was the second one? It increases my movement speed. Then I'm hopefully not just a sitting duck when I get it. Although with enough damage on the field, it doesn't matter terribly. That's the fun thing. Oh, I like that. I like that. I think I'll just run around and let him hit me. Should be close to done. Oh shoot, I gotta pause. Okay, I'm back. Where was I? Oh yeah, improved thrusters. That's the one I'm going to want before I go for Overseer. I should be good for it now. Oh, rematch. Bring it on. Just drop them both down there. Hopefully they avoid the lasers. I know I will. And now's where we really do the work. I think we're going to take them down even faster this time. Yeah. Good deal. Alright. Man, look at my interceptors go. I love them. They are my children. Hate that invincible shield they start out with, but I kind of get it. Actually makes them a threat, and you can't just blow them away as soon as they show up on the screen. Since the Enemies 2.0 update, there are now 3 enemies in the game that have invincible shields when there were 0 before. It's interesting to see. I don't think I need Deadly Wake. I think I want to just hunt for Overseer now. Nanotech Reconstruction could be good, but I don't think I need it. I think after I get that, payload? Payload. I think after I get Overseer, the fundamentals of my DPS are going to be set, and I can start focusing on resistance to try and take this to wave 200. It could possibly see wave 300, but I don't think I want to go that long yet. It's hard to say at this point. Besides that, I have not been playing great. I think that has a lot to do with my lack of focus. I got a dog down here right now. Of course, since this build is called the Idle Engineer, I've been able to get away with a lot, and I think I will continue to get away with more than I probably should. But even though it's idle is in the title, there's still a lot going on behind the belt. Behind the curtain, that was the phrase. Overseer. Nova Drift is the kind of game, it seems like it's, holy shit. There's 2 kind of roguelikes. There's mechanics-based, you get something like Dead Cells, where it's very heavy on execution. And you can get a lot of builds, but it's really not going to matter what build you get into, as long as you don't understand the fundamentals of the game. So it's very much about the micro. But then this game is kind of more into the macro of things, where build order and what you build into matters a lot, and will determine how long your run goes for. You see this a lot in deck builders, too. If you get a bad deck, you're basically screwed. And generally, it's more of a slider thing, I think. I should probably be putting down some turrets, jeez. Go nuts. This is the worst enemy to have to fight with AIs. This is the 3rd invincible shield, and the more you shoot the invincible shield, the more shots it shoots back at you. So it kinda sucks to fight, because they're all shooting the invincible shield. Good job, guys. You're making me proud. Let me just... I shouldn't have done that, but I really wanted to. If this is the enemy that kills me, I'll accept it. I just noticed my rocket Gatling gun that I got going on here. Oh, that's neat. Okay. Faster shield cooldown? Blast radius? Warpath? Velocity? I got some options, but I think I want to go for just hardline resistance. Mortar. Yeah, I don't think I want that. Although that would substitute for a primary. Nah, I think I want Gemini Protocol. I should have had it a long time ago. One nice thing about this build, you don't gotta aim where you're firing. Not in the early game, and certainly not in the late game. And being able to focus on just movement is a pretty huge boon to you. Oh, wow. I could go with support specialist too, but that's going to take a lot of my hull, and that's going to be extremely dangerous. But it might be a fun way to end off this run, though. What do I need to get into it anyway? Do I want stabilization? I don't think I really care. Point defense. Hull strength? Hull strength. Like I said, let's build into defense here. If I can figure out how to get support specialist, I might do it. I think it's through overclock. This is why I love Nova Drift, because this is just one of many ways to just get stupid broken. And yet it always feels like you never quite reach your full potential. Unless you're going with a hull breaker build. Because generally it's easy to get all the upgrades you need pretty quickly. And I think I'll show that off next run. As simple as this build is, just grab all the constructs and eventually go into Overseer. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Hullbreaker's even sillier. You just run into things. That's your whole game plan. Anyway, that'll do it for this run. That was fun. Next time I come back, I'll show you a Hullbreaker build. That'll be... I can't wait to share. Until next time, guys.